It's my distinct honor to be here. This is the second time my government has called me to help. The first time was almost 40 years ago when you called me into the Vietnam War as a physician. And it was an honor to go then, and it's an honor to be here this morning as a private citizen. I am a professor of pediatrics and human development at Michigan State University. I have studied the issue of violence in children and adolescents for over 35 years. I've researched it, and I'm happy to give you not only my views, but that of the research which has been done over the past several decades. First, the definition. It's important to realize that corporal punishment refers to the intentional application of physical pain to the child in an attempt to change their behavior. It's not just paddling. It includes hitting, slapping, spanking, paddling, use of belts, use of sticks, pins, placing kids in painful body postures, not letting them move, not letting them urinate, applying electrical shock, a whole variety of ingenious methods. When someone is angry at someone, they come up with a variety of methods. It's also important, I think, for the members to understand, we're not talking about defending oneself in school if a student becomes violent. We're talking about the application of physical pain by the school official to that child in an attempt to change the behavior. In spite of many national groups, of education and medical groups asking for the ban of corporal punishment, it continues to exist in 20 states in our country. We are one of the few industrialized countries that allows this behavior to our children. Experts note that there's about 1.5 million cases of physical punishment occurring. As you noted in your remarks, Chairwoman McCarthy, we don't really know exactly how many. It depends upon how this is counted. Some experts suggest as many as 3 million cases. It's several million which occur. This results from a medical viewpoint in up to 20,000 children who seek medical attention because of the injuries. Instead of putting the kids into school, it keeps them out of school for days, weeks, even months. Now, why not allow local control of this? Well, there's a few things to keep in mind. One is that the current studies suggest that this occurs more often in the rural population than in the urban population. Kindergarten through 8th grade, as you mentioned, versus the high school, but it occurs throughout these grades. It occurs more often to the disadvantaged, to the non-Caucasian individual, to the African American, to the Hispanic, than the middle class, upper class Caucasian individual, but it can occur through all groups. The research also shows that the lowest incidence of this occurs in the states and the school districts that have simply said enough, no hurting of our children, that have banished this. Now, the advocates of this have said over the years this is an effective form of changing child misbehavior. The testimony I leave for you, my extensive testimony, reviews the literature for you, the research that we and others have done, and the vast majority of the literature shows it is an ineffective method of correcting child misbehavior. It simply doesn't work, and it has major deleterious effects physically and mentally on these children to whom you inflict physical pain. Students are hurt, and we have many reports of abrasions, severe muscle injuries, hematomas, kids who have whiplash injury. We've even had kids who have died because of this treatment. There's also no evidence that punishment leads to improved control in the classroom. The literature suggests and shows the opposite is true. Children do not develop improved moral character. They do not increase the respect for teachers. They do not develop enhanced controls. In fact, the research is very clear that the opposite is occurring. These kids become victimized. They have trouble sleeping. They develop sadness. They develop feelings of worthlessness, suicidal thoughts. They become more violent, more aggressive, angry. This committee is looking at school achievement. They develop school dysfunction. They develop lower school achievement. They have a tendency towards school avoidance. They drop out of school. They become malingerers. They develop recidivism. You create, Madam Chairwoman, a paralysis of fear in the classroom. Not just the kids that are physically hit and hurt, but the witnesses. Everyone in the classroom becomes afraid. Children are victims. Children become full of trepidation. And it completely destroys the positive atmosphere that education is important. In order for a teacher to help its students, you need a positive atmosphere. And the fear of being hit or being hit leads to the opposite. The use of corporal punishment in the schools, and the literature on this is quite clear, falsely and perfidiously reinforces physical aggression as an acceptable and effective means of eliminating what someone thinks is unwanted behavior in the classroom and in society. The research shows very clearly it's ineffective, it's dangerous. Teachers and principals can learn and should learn nonviolent means of classroom control. In conclusion, I come to you on several levels. I'm a father of 4 daughters. I'm a grandfather of 5 children. I'm a professor. I'm a researcher. I'm a Navy veteran, a doctor who served in the war. I urge you, on multiple levels, look at the evidence that's in the research. It's very clear. This is a rare case in my clinical experience where the emotions and the research agree, where intuitively you think hurting someone will improve them, and in fact the opposite occurs. The research shows there's no evidence that such punishment improves classroom control. It has major physical and mental impact upon our children. It doesn't improve the classroom. If you're looking at success in the classroom, it does the opposite. If I could put next to me the children from the time this country was founded in 1776 till today, I could put them right there, and all the children who've been hit and witnessed, they would say to you, please stop hitting us. We want to learn. And they would advocate for the children who are now in school today in this country and the children who will be, the millions of children who will be in school over this coming century. They would plead with you, don't hit us, don't slap us, spank us, punch us, kick us, pinch us, shake us, shove us. Please don't choke us. Please don't hit us with paddles and belts and sticks and pins. Please don't put us in closed spaces and hurt us. Please don't use electric shock on us. Please don't give us excessive exercise drills. Please help us. So on multiple levels, both research and as a private citizen, I urge you, please, committee, protect our children and give the teachers the skills they need. And if you want improvement in the schoolroom, this is the place to start. In closing, I'm very honored to be here. And if you have questions in this regard, I'm more than happy to answer them. Thank you very much.